Welcome to the CDMS Vision tutorial on in-field grid sampling. In this tutorial, we will cover how to create grid sampling sites while working from your mobile device. Prior to beginning, the following items need to be set up: a grower, farm, and field. Begin by signing into Vision. If you do not already have a username and password, please contact the CDMS Service Center at 1-866-236-7435. On the Vision home screen, tap the sampling icon. Make sure the correct branch, grower, and farm are selected. To make changes, tap the buttons to use the drop-down options or type in the correct name. Open orders are displayed in the Pending Orders section. Select the checkmark to complete an order. The summary includes the timing or date the order was created, the order number and current order status, the field or block the order was assigned to, sites indicates the type of sample, and sampler lists the person assigned to the job. To create a new order, tap the New Order button at the bottom and select the preferred order type. For this tutorial, we have selected Grid. A new order has now been opened. Within the Samples section, select your lab from the drop-down box, then enter the analysis type and field boundary. Here you have the option to choose sampling at the field or block level. For this tutorial, we will continue at the field level. Under the Order Specifications tab, the Order Status button shows that we are creating a new order. If you wish to include a lab reference, tap the box and input the reference information. This can be a combination of numbers and letters. You also have the option of entering a salesperson ID in the box provided. Use the Sampler drop-down to select from samplers that have been designated within Advisor. The Package button allows you to select from the list of puller packages that have been previously created in Advisor. Within the sample area, enter your sample depth range in inches. You can input two different sample depths here. If required, record the number of cores per sample, and check the box if manure is being applied. The Assay Selection area is set up by the CDMS Service Center. For assistance, contact the CDMS Service Center at 1-866-236-7435. Select the correct assays box, and enter any lab instructions by tapping on the box. Type in all desired lab instructions and hit OK. Next, tap the Order Notes box to enter any desired notes. Click OK. Confirm that all information is correct on the summary page. Next, tap the Sample Sites tab. In the Grid Setup area, you can adjust the grid size by tapping on the box and inputting the desired size of the grid to be generated. On the left side of the Sample Sites tab, there are three tools. The Reset button allows you to reset the view. The Imagery button will turn on satellite imagery. The Site button will allow you to place the sites manually. Tap the New Grid button. Vision will automatically lay out a grid over the field or block selected. Once the grid is displayed, you can move the grid by pressing and holding the round circle. Use the slider bar to adjust the rotation of the grid. You can also tap the rotation box to manually input a number between -45 and 45 degrees. If for any reason you want to change your site minimum or maximum, tap the appropriate boxes and input the new site values in acres. If the acreage within a grid is smaller than the site minimum, it will combine grids to create a site that adheres to your minimum acreage. If an invalid value is entered into the site minimum or maximum boxes, the Accept button will not be an active option. Next, hit the Accept button. Vision automatically creates a Site ID table that assigns a number to each sampling site. To clear all sites, tap the Clear Sites button. To delete a particular site, tap the red X associated with the sampling site you'd like to delete. Notice here that the yellow dot site corresponds to the site ID that's highlighted on the right. Choosing a different site will highlight a different site ID number. If all the information is correct, click the Save button. Vision will return to the field sampling screen and display all active orders under the Pending Orders section. Next, we need to release New Order 13. To release the order, tap the Order line. This will take you to the Order Specifications page for the new order. Next, tap the Order Status button. Here you have the option to void or release the order. Select the Release Order button. Next, click Save. This will take you back to the Active Pending Orders screen where your order will be displayed. Once you're ready to begin sampling, tap the check mark under the Options column. A field grid view will appear. Located on the left of the screen are 6 tool buttons. Tap the Reset button if you want the original field view displayed. Turn on satellite imagery by tapping the Imagery button. Tap it again to turn the imagery off. While in the field, you can use the GPS button to record sample sites. When on, the GPS locator will appear as a blue marker showing your location within the field. For this tutorial, the GPS is disabled because we are choosing to manually establish sample sites. Tap the Select Hand button. Simply tap another site to highlight a different site ID. Tap the Grid button to turn the grid display on and off. Tapping the 99 tool button will change the red dot display to a numerical display. Sites will now show their assigned sample ID number instead of a red dot. At the top of the field grid view, there is a Site ID box. The Site ID box will display information associated to the site that is currently selected in the field grid view below. To manually record a site sample, make sure the correct site ID is highlighted on the grid. You can pick a different site by using the Select Hand button and then clicking on a different site location. Once the site is highlighted, you can assign a sample ID if the generated value needs to be changed. Enter a sample ID in the box provided, then click the Record Site button. Your sample ID will now be linked to a specific site. Continue listing sample IDs for each site listed. If for any reason you need to void a site, first highlight the site you wish to void, then click the Void Site button. Be aware that if you void a site, the site ID number will skip ahead to the next consecutive grid site. When this occurs, the site and sample ID will no longer match. Depending on your preference, you can manually change the sample ID to reflect the site ID number. Note that if you select the Save button, your work will be saved to be completed at a later time. Once all desired sites are recorded, tap the Complete button at the bottom of the screen. Selecting Complete will return us to the Active Pending Orders screen. Notice that New Order 13 is no longer available. That order has now been completed and is waiting for the lab to respond with the analysis of the samples. It can then be imported into Advisor. You should now be able to create sampling by grid. This concludes the CDMS Vision tutorial. For more information or questions, please refer to our other tutorial videos on YouTube or contact the CDMS Customer Service Center. Thank you.